Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is actually day 3 of our series of an easy sourdough starter. And if you've not been on my videos before, I just encourage you to start from the beginning. Like I said, today is day 3. It is actually Sunday today here. And so we started this on Friday. Yesterday was our first feeding and our sourdough has really went crazy. So that's exciting. And so today we're going to feed it again after we discard. I've decided to go ahead and get a clean jar because I just feel like it's better to do that after a while. It's getting kind of crusty around the top and things like that. And so you can see we've got lots of little bubbles. So it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. The bacteria, the microbiome, all of the things are happening like they're supposed to make our sourdough starter. So that way, hopefully by Thursday, we can actually mix up some dough and bake it on Friday. So I'm excited about that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take out 1 cup. And then we're going to do a cup of flour feeding mixed with a half of a cup to 3/4 of a cup is what I'm going to be doing. We'll see. We'll see what the consistency is. You can go from there. But this is doing great. I'm so excited. I am going to go ahead and mix it into a separate mixing bowl today since I'm adding it to a new jar. I just wanted to do that. So there we go. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and take our flour. Yesterday I had an empty bag, so today I thought I gotta get some more. We went to Walmart yesterday and I was able to get more of this and my bread flour. And so, all right, maybe just a smidge more. Yeah, I was so shocked last night whenever I checked on it. And I had been baking, so the kitchen was actually warmer than normal. And man, did it just take off. And I was like, oh my goodness. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and put half of a cup. I just want to show you what the 1-1-1 ratio looks like. So we've got a cup of the starter, a cup of the flour, and then half of a cup of water. I just kind of want you to see the difference in that ratio. Now, I usually do more than half a cup. I usually do around 3/4 of a cup whenever I add my starter. It just depends. So just kind of wanted to just show you what the difference is. And what's cool about this is you can experiment, with it and see what works for you and what you like the best. So that's what's kind of cool about sourdough. All right, so you can see it's quite a bit thicker than the consistency that we had in our last video. I do want to encourage you to like and share and subscribe to my channel if you're interested in learning more about sourdough. This week we're focusing on the starter, learning how to do that, what it means, what the consistency is supposed to be like, and then we're going to bake at the end of this week with this live and active starter. So that's exciting. All right, so this is the consistency of 1 cup of starter, 1 cup of water, and 1/2 cup of, 1 cup of flour and 1/2 cup of water. And so it's pretty thick. So I'm going to go ahead and add not another half, but half of a half, so 1/4 of a cup. And then I'll show you what that looks like. It's amazing how it's just what you prefer. I mean, I'm sure there's rhyme and reason to some of the ways that people do what they do, but you've got to find what works for you, and that's what's cool. I love how rustic sourdough is. It's just cool. I love it. And excited to see where this is going to take us by the end of the week. All right, so I prefer this consistency for my baking. And I do sourdough, like classic sourdough with just the flour, the starter, the salt. And but I also do a lot of like discard breads. I do rolls, I do soft sandwich loaves, and this is what works best for me, is this consistency. And so you can see it's still thick, but it rolls off of the spatula a lot easier than what it did before. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and transfer this to my jar, and then we'll put the rubber band back on. Let me stir just a little bit more. Just make sure it's all incorporated. And then we'll go ahead and get this in here. And then we're going to see where we're at. We should be right around 2 cups, maybe a little bit less. Should be close. All right. So you want to scrape down the sides, get as much of that in there as you can. And it should be good. All right, we are sitting right about 1.5, almost 2 cups. So that's perfect. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab another lid, a clean lid, to put on top of this. And then this is going in the trash. Do not save your discard at this point. There's no point. It's not ready to be used in any recipes or anything like that. So you just want to pitch that for now. And I know that seems wasteful, but once your starter is active and is ready to bake with, then you'll be able to use your discard in all your other recipes. I'm going to show you guys how to make discard pancakes. I'm going to learn how to make discard. I'm going to do English muffins. I'm excited about that one. And so just wanted to come on here and show you the next step. So I hope you guys have a great day. It's Sunday here, so we're getting ready to go to church. And I hope you have a blessed and perfect day.